In this video, we will talk about Python list. Okay, so Python list is one of the four types of built-in collection data types in Python. So in Python, we have four collection data types: list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, in this video, we'll talk about list, but just before that, I'll give you a brief about what are collections. So as the name suggests, collection means group of items, right? So whenever we want to store multiple items, as a single data set or in a single variable, we make use of any of these collection objects. So I will make individual videos for each of these, but let's just talk about list in this video. Okay, so what is a list in Python? So list is like an array in most of the other programming languages. If you know other programming languages, list serves the same purpose as an array. Okay, so let me create a list. Okay, so let me say it fruits. So I'm creating a list fruits, and to create a list we make use of square brackets. Okay, inside square brackets we have to write the items that we want the list to contain. Okay, so as I gave the name fruits, so I will give the names of the different fruits inside this list. So let's say apple, mango, orange. Okay, let's say only three fruits. So these are strings basically. Okay, so whatever there is in double quotes, it is string. Okay, so these are strings: apple, mango, and orange. So it is a list that is stored in fruits. Okay, let me print it and also print the type so that we can find out what is the data type of it. Okay, so you can see it is the list. It prints as it is, as we have defined it, and the class is list. That means the type of it is list. Okay, so this is the first collection type object known as list. We can use the length method on list as well, len method, that will tell how many items are there in the list. So you can see it prints 3 because there are 3 items in the list. Okay, so in most of the other programming language, there is a concept that the array should contain, items of similar data type. So, but in Python, it's not the same concept. So you can see it's fruits. And if I say numbers, let me create another list, numbers 10, 20, 30, 40. So this is a list in which all of the items belong to string data type, and this is a list in which all of the item belongs to numerical data type. And let's say another list, values, true, true, false, true. So this is a list in which all of the items contain values or items that belongs to Boolean data type. But you can just create a list in Python with any type of data. Each item could have different type of data. Let's say apple, 10, false, 45.5, anything. Okay, all of these are valid. These are valid. A Python list can contain any type of data, right? Any Python object. So there is no necessity that it should have the items that belong to the same data type. Okay, let me print all of these: fruits, numbers, values, random. So all of these are valid lists. So as I told you that there are 4 different types of collection in Python. Okay, so all of them have a few differences in them, and that's what that make them unique, and that's why we have to make 4 different types of collections in Python. So a list is an ordered collection. What I mean is, like apple I defined in the first position, mango I defined in the second position, orange in the third. It will not change. It will remain as it is, as I defined. Okay, and it is also changeable. That means you can change the items in the list even after you defined it once. Okay, so let me just show you both of the properties. So if I print fruits, you see the item remains in the same order. Okay, apple is there, mango is there, orange is there in the exact position in which what I have defined, and it is also changeable. By changeable, I mean you can add new items into the list, you can remove the existing items, or you can change a particular item with some another item. Okay, so before that you need to I need to tell you about accessing the list elements. Okay, so you can see as I already told you about indexing in a Python strings video, so it is the same concept here. All of the items in the Python list have its own index. Okay, so like apple is in the first position, and hence the index is 0, and similarly mango is at the second position, hence its index is 1. Orange is at third position, and hence its index is 2. So indexing in Python always starts from 0. So if I want to access a particular item in a list, then I can access like this. So if I want to access the first item, fruits, then square brackets notation, and then 0th. Okay, and then similarly I can access the item at the first index and the second index. So you can see apple, mango, and orange. So this way you can access the different elements of a list. And again the same concept applies here. If you just enter in a value that which is not in the list, so there does not exist any item at the 100th index, it will again give the same error that it was giving in the case of Python strings, that is index error list out of range. Okay, as I told you that you can access items like this, you can also change the items like this. Okay, so if I want to change the item at the 0th place from apple to banana, then I can do like this: fruits at 0th is equal to banana. Okay, then let me just print fruits. I'll also print it here before changing and after changing. So you can see earlier it was apple at the 0th index, now it is banana at the 0th index. So you can also change the items like this. So that's why list is such a type of collection in which the items are ordered as well as changeable. So this makes it different from the other types of collection, that is tuple, dictionary, set. Okay, so this is one property that differentiates it from the other collection data types in Python. You will understand better as we'll go on further in this series. Okay, one more thing is that it can also contain duplicate items. Okay, so you can have duplicate items in a list as well. By duplicate I mean it can contain same values multiple times. You can see no issues at all. Now let me show you an interesting thing. You can convert a string into a list. Yes, so how? Let's say my name equals to Gurmeet Singh. So this is a valid string literal. Okay, now I want to convert it into list. What I can do is name list. Okay, so what can I do is I just have to write list, and then as an argument I provided a string, and then print name list. So you can see it split all of the characters in the string and GURMWT as the items of the string. So this is one way that you can convert string into list. So now I'll talk about a few methods of the list. So let me create a list. Names. So Gurmeet, Aman, Daman. Okay, so these are 3 names and this is a valid list. Now if I want to add more names later on, how can I add? So there is a method called append that you can apply on a list to include more items. So I have to just do like this: names dot append, then let's say Simran. So I'm printing the list. I'll also print at this instance. So you can see earlier there were only 3 items: Gurmeet, Aman, and Daman. Now Gurmeet, Aman, Daman, and Simran. So append method adds a new item at the end of the list. You can also insert items at a particular position in the list using the insert method, names dot insert, and I want to insert at the 0th index another name, let's say Rahul. Okay, and again I'm printing. Okay, let's run it. So you can see now at the 0th index there is the name Rahul. So similarly, if I want to insert it at the 3rd index, I can do like this. So you can see that Rahul name is now at the 3rd index and the other indexes are shifted by 1. Okay, let's say this is the first list of name and I create another list of names, or I just create a random another list with the few numbers 10, 15, 18 and 21. Okay, now I want to merge these two lists, or you can say extend the first list. Okay, so if I want to extend the first list, that is names 1. Okay, so how can I extend the list? Names 1 dot extend, and then the second list I add of which items I want to add in the original list. Okay, and I'm printing names 1. So you can see Gurmeet, Aman, Daman, and the items from the second list, that is random, has been inserted or appended with the items of the first list. So this is where you can use extend function. Okay, you can also use the plus operator to just let me just show you. New list equals to names 1 plus random, so it will create a new list which will contain items from both of these. Okay, so print new list. Okay, so it's similar to concatenation. So here just we are concatenating the lists. Okay, so now we have seen how you can change the items of the list, how you can insert new items, how you can append, how you can concatenate lists. Okay, now we'll see how you can remove items from a list. So let's say I want to remove this name Aman from this list. What can I do? I can use the remove method, names.remove, and then within parentheses as an argument I can provide the item that I want to remove. Let's say Aman in this case, and then I'm printing the names 1. And you can see now the list contains only 2 items, Gurmeet and Daman, and Aman has been removed. Similarly, I can remove any other item as well. And what if you want to remove a particular item, that is a particular index? So I can use the pop method, and here I can provide as an argument the index of the item that I want to remove. So let's say I want to remove Daman, which is at the end. Let's say I want to remove Gurmeet, which is at the index 0th. I can use like this, pop item at 0. You can see now there are only Aman and Daman list, so Gurmeet is removed. And if you do not provide any argument to this pop method, it simply removes the last item. So you can see now Gurmeet and Aman, Daman is removed. If you want to remove all the items from the list, then you can use the clear method, names1.clear. It will remove all of the items. Now you can see the list is empty. Now let's talk about a few more list methods. So you can see Gurmeet, Aman and Daman. These are not sorted in ascending or descending order. This is just random. To sort in ascending order, you can use the sort method like this. Okay, and then I'm printing the list, names 1. And you can see Aman, Daman and Gurmeet. So A comes first, then D, then G, and hence the list is sorted in ascending order. You can also, do the reverse. You can sort in descending order by writing reverse equals to true. Okay, so by default the reverse argument is false, that's why it sorts in ascending order, and if you provide reverse equals to true, it sorts in descending order. So there are a lot of another methods that we can apply on list as well, but you can study those methods yourself. There is a lot of documentation available online.